So, I always wondered what it would be like to try to vlog and talk to a camera about my feelings and maybe even put it on the internet for the entire world to see. And I figured there's probably not a better time to do it than when I'm out for a walk. A little bit about me. I'm Stewie. Hey. Always enjoyed the YouTube game, never quite gotten into it. I'm kind of a screw up most of my life, which is pretty understandable. It's really unfortunate that this is just kind of like scraping the bottom of the barrel. I always have these illusions of grandeur where I'll make these awesome videos and become viral and everything, but I know it's not going to happen. But maybe 100 people will see this, and that would be cool. I'm out walking, number one, because I'm a fatty no friends, and I need to, maybe up my cardio a little bit. But I also am 2 weeks and 1 day post-surgery. We don't know what bit me, but I got bitten by an insect, probably a spider. And the part of the country, region of the world I live in, brown recluse spiders are very common. Now, it's not common to see a true bite, apparently, according to what we found out in the ER. Everybody was like, oh no, nobody ever actually gets bitten by a brown recluse. But I did, and it sucked. Because first people treat you like you're crazy, and then when they confirm you're not crazy, you have to wait for a part of your body to die before they can remove it. Because turns out when you get bitten by a brown recluse, one of two things will happen. Either the venom kills off a set amount of tissue, and that's what they remove, or they carry a necrotizing fasciitis, or a flesh-eating bacteria that will continue to eat the skin regardless of how much venom was actually injected into you. So they have to wait a few days and kind of see which one it is. They determine that it's the venom and it's not spreading. You have to wait for the venom to kill off what it will kill off and be dead before they remove it. So I got bitten back, we don't know the exact time because you don't feel them either, that's a great thing. Got bitten back the last week of July. And here I am coming up on Labor Day weekend, finally recovering. Had my stitches taken out yesterday. And I'm walking with a little bit of a limp because I don't want to actually rub the spot. It's very tender. It's in a place that the sun don't shine. Apparently it's very common to find brown recluse spiders in boxes of cardboard and in closets, shoes you haven't worn in a long time. They're very true to their name, recluse. So they don't actually want to be around people, and they don't attack if it's not necessary. Where I work is a uniform store for private schools. And it's a great place, love it, but half of our building is a warehouse. And I spend all day being the shit guy, the gopher, who can do anything and everything, but never gets a promotion. That guy? Yeah, that's me. And the best guess we have, because we had my apartment checked and sprayed, we did all the proper precautions to make sure it wasn't in my home environment or in my car kind of thing. And they're guessing, medical professionals that is, that I got it at work because I work with a bunch of cardboard. And when I started earlier this year in February, we actually acquired our biggest competitor when they went out of business. And they had a lot of cardboard, a lot of really run-down cardboard. So chances are, if it wasn't already in our building, we brought it over from the other building, which sucks. So now I'm suffering the repercussions of having to have that surgery done. I'm trying to get my leg back to a point where I can actually walk for 8 hours a day. Sorry, that was my phone. I think I probably got a text. And yeah, I feel kind of stupid walking around talking to my phone. I don't even know if anybody's going to see this or if they're going to care, but it's worth a shot. There's just been a lot of things on my mind lately. And I was like, you know what, maybe maybe talking to somebody would help. I'm sorry. But I don't really have anybody to talk to. That doesn't make it weird. As far as I know, everybody's pretty much of the opinion, like, you gotta work harder, you just gotta do your thing and keep going. And I'm like, it's not that I'm not gonna work harder, it's not that I'm not gonna keep going. I'm still gonna wake up and go to work, and I'm still gonna, take my son to daycare and do all the things that need to be done. But I have this really hard thing going on right now, and I need to talk to somebody about it who's not going to tell me to stop complaining. Like, I don't know what you want from me, internet. You seem to like gory things. I have 1,000 pictures of this spot that got bitten that I could put in the video. I could talk more about it because it sucks. It sucks so much. I've got a hole in my leg now. I mean, I could talk to you about my relationships. I've got the world's hottest fiance, and he is fucking amazing. I love him so much. It's ridiculous. He really is more than I could have asked for, and more than I deserve. I've got a 3-year-old son, and he is 35 pounds of attitude. He's this big football player of a kid, and he likes to really test limits, which is good. I want to instill that in him. Like, it's such a hard line to toe. You're like, hey, resist all authority, defy the man, be your own person. But at the same time, listen to me, because I made you broccoli, and you need to eat your vegetables. So there's kind of a give and take there. You have to figure out where you're gonna lie on the moderation scale, so to speak. So other things about Stewie. Let's see. Bye, squirrel. He's so cute. I don't really have a whole lot of friends anymore. That happens when you run away from home, crash and burn, and have to come back with your tail between your legs. I mean, that's life. You move on. But a lot of people didn't forgive me for leaving my hometown. And the few that did, when I got back, dropped me when they found out I was pregnant. And the even smaller number that accepted who I was and the mistakes I had made, and they were willing to stand by my side, and I love them very dearly. They're also adults. They've got their own things going on. And I can probably count on my hand the number of people I talk to during the day. It gets lonely out there, And I think that's probably the least prepared for thing about adulthood. It's very frustrating to actually get to your late 20s and you look around and you're like, well, where are my friends? And everybody's just like, oh, you thought you got those? They don't come free with the fill-up. And you're like, oh, I guess I'm unlovable. So you keep going and you keep trucking. You go to work, you drop your kid off at daycare, you pick him up from daycare, you do your thing. And it doesn't get any better because you're so busy grinding, trying to make even the fraction of a percentage that you're owed for the amount of effort you put in. And by the end of it, you're so exhausted that the thought of conversing with another human being just makes you want to cry. And I'm not a crier. I had my tear ducts taken out in the war. And it's very, very frustrating when you're in this place where you're like, I need somebody to talk to. and there's nobody there. That's where the internet steps in. That's part of why YouTube is so appealing. YouTube and Facebook and all the socials. Because they make you feel like maybe you do have friends. Like there's not a whole lot of commitment in that screen. You can comment on somebody's status if they're having a bad day and tell them to cheer up and make them smile for a second. But you don't actually have to go get coffee with them to make them smile. Or, you know, you can tweet your friend and tell them happy birthday without having to get the cupcakes and make the dinner reservation and dress up and go out and spend a whole bunch of money. It's a free thing. You can make a YouTube video to tell people about your story and about how even though you're a weirdo and you're queer, that it does get better, and that maybe, you know, you might have a chance to make somebody's life a little bit better, but you don't even have to leave your house. And while this is a very dangerous thing, it's a very easy cop-out. It's the only thing that's been keeping me going. Especially over the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks when I've been dealing with my leg issue. Because most of the time, the people I work with are the people I'm closest to. Hell, I spend 8.5, 9, 10-hour days with them. And I'm only awake and see my own family for 3? Like, you create this environment where the only people you have time to be close to are the people you didn't choose for yourself. Good thing. Sometimes they are the greatest people you will ever meet. Most of the time they're piles of hot garbage people. And you have to deal with that. And it makes you not want to be at work. It makes you not want to make friends at work. It makes you want to just do your job and go home. And fall into this cog position on the machine. It's very frustrating. I don't know what the point of this video was. I guess I'm just... Hi YouTube, this is me. I'm going to try to vlog some more. There's a lot of upcoming events in my life that I may vent about or talk about. So we're gonna discuss things like my upcoming Orlando trip with my very tiny family and a handful of friends. Or we will discuss my upcoming wedding, which isn't actually going to be a wedding. It's just going to be us going to a courthouse and tying that damn knot. We could talk about my son's 4th birthday party. He's finally grasping the concept of a birthday. And that's very exciting for me. Or we could discuss moving in with said fiance. We still don't live together. And part of that is just logistics. My son and I live with my parents. He lives on his own. And it hasn't lined up yet. So it may happen right before or after the vows. It may happen later. We'll figure that out. There's a lot coming up that I'm very excited for. And I hope that at least somebody out there will join me for the ride. So on a happier note, thank you everybody for watching. If you have any suggestions about what you want me to talk about, or if you have any questions about what you want to know about me. At this point I've made a lot of mistakes. I'm ready to eat some crow and maybe help people learn that it's okay to make a mistake. And maybe they can learn from mine instead of having to make them themselves. Because my mistakes are expensive. Oh my god. Do you guys see? There's a squirrel. Hi, squirrel. Oh, what a cute little squirrel.